Welcome to the Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. Bodaciously Awesome Family Show. The only show dedicated to helping parents maximize their kids' experiences and for kids to reap the fun. Here are your hosts, the Bodacious family, Adam, Anthony, and Zachary.
Yeah! Welcome. And new podcast champions of the world.
Is it us?
The Bodaciously Awesome Family Show!
It is us.
It is us. You know what's funny right there is Zachary actually made a motion as if he was talking into a microphone with his hands, and yet he literally was talking into a microphone, but he was like actually trying to like bypass the microphone to talk into his hand microphone.
Microphoneception.
I am your host, Adam.
Don't make me go get my karaoke microphone.
I am your host, Adam.
I'm your champion, Zachary.
And I am your Rookie of the Year, Anthony.
Oh, the Rookie of the Year. I like it.
Rookie of the Year.
All right. It's a good movie. You should watch that sometime.
I should.
Now we're off topic already.
I did that, and that took like 2 minutes. Wow. New record.
50 seconds. Already off topic. All right. So welcome back to the Awesome Family Show. Yeah, what you said. Hey, Zachary, where can people find us in podcast land?
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
Can you please do that?
Yeah, so you can find us on iTunes, Google, Stitcher. You can find us on theroarbots.com. You can find us pretty much wherever you can find your podcast purveyor of choice, I think.
I think actually everywhere is the right answer.
Yeah, and we've even now,
Even in
I don't
space?
remember, almost, yes. But I don't remember what the names of them are, but we're now also on the biggest platform of podcasting in France and in India.
So, for all our French listeners, bonjour and baguette.
That's right. And sure, why not? You know why?
They're both French things.
Dad, Dad, you
And
know,
so are French fries.
Dad, you know how they're installing like figure out what Mars, like they're going on Mars. They should install TVs there so they can do our podcast.
You realize that our podcast is not on TV, right? And that's why it's not a TV show.
Mind blown.
But the astronauts can listen to us on the way to Mars.
That'd be pretty epic.
And you know what they can do on the way to Mars? They can play the Royal Rumble card game by Ravensburger.
I think it's Ravensburger. I think it's like a German thing. Ravensburger.
Or Ravensburger.
Ja.
We don't know. So first of all, yes.
Sauerkraut.
Today's episode is about the WWE Legends Royal Rumble card game.
Yeah.
By Ravensburger.
Yeah.
Ravensburger.
And the good people at Ravensburger did give us this game for review. They did not influence the opinions, but we did want to make sure that's known. And it was funny because I actually, when I sent an email to them, I told them, I don't think there's another podcast that this game fits better for a review than ours. We are wrestling. I mean, I'm obviously a lifelong wrestling fanatic.
Me too. I love wrestling.
Yeah, we love wrestling. We love board games, and it's obviously a family-centered game. Like and heck,
we check all the boxes, baby.
Yeah, and this is actually what I thought was interesting. My most interesting fact about this game, that I want to say, is that it's actually called the WWE Legends Royal Rumble card game, and it features a lot of older characters. And Zachary spent most of the summer watching like Raw from like 1994, and so you
1995 and 1996.
Yes,
My
Dad.
bad.
How dare you not know the exact year.
But you then, because of that, actually got really introduced to a lot of these characters, like Razor Ramon, right?
Yeah.
And so by playing the game, you actually had a better, I would say not a better appreciation for it, but more appreciation for it because you knew who a lot of them were.
Hey, chica.
And you do a fantastic Razor.
Actually, no, he does not do a fantastic Razor. You shouldn't lie to your son like that.
So, Zachary, why don't you run through, who are some of the characters in this game that people can be?
My favorite, Brett, the Hitman Hart. Ric Flair.
Woo!
Woo! She was mine before she was yours. You can also be the Snake Man, Jake. You can also be the crazy one, Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior!
Feel the power of the Ultimate Warrior!
Ho! Hacksaw Nugget.
Sting, it's showtime, folks.
It's showtime. Did they say that on his card? Yeah, so they do. Wow. Okay, so first of all, you're looking through some of these big cards that you can play that you use. And first of all, I want to say is I was actually very surprised at some of the artwork on the card.
Oh, the artwork's great.
Yeah, I mean, the card and the artwork and the layout is really well done. We did an episode before about the Slam digital card game, and I was expecting things that were more like that style, and it's not. But they're, especially the big cards that you use to kind of like to have their secret moves on them, are really well laid out, and I really like the poses they use. And then they have a little quote, although I mean, it's Showtime folks. I mean, I guess Sting said that, but it's just kind of not
Sting
necessarily.
didn't really talk, though.
I mean, there was a while where he didn't for like a year, yeah.
Yeah.
You can also be the $1 million man. Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price.
$1 million man.
Money, 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 money,
Money.
Booker T, the five-time heavyweight champion.
Booker T, can you dig that?
Can you do that, sucker? Yeah. So, and then Eddie Guerrero. So
I cheat, I steal.
I think there's 30 legends that are in this game that you can play.
Which is a big number. I cannot count to 30.
Have a nice day.
And they range from like Andre the Giant level in terms of like oldies up until I think Batista's in here, which actually seems like an odd person to have in here as a legend.
It was a very odd choice because Batista is not necessarily a legend.
I mean,
but he has good name value, I guess, because, you know, he's in movies now and stuff, so it kind of makes sense.
Well, I guess because he's retired, not really wrestling anymore, they put him in. But yeah, when you look at like, you know, all the other like $1 Million Man and Ravishing Rick Rude and Jerry Lawler. And obviously The Undertaker, right? There's like a different name
and
value.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
I'm just saying that, you know, with Batista is newer than a lot of these other people, which made it kind of different. So, Aunt Zachary, I know you're keeping interesting people, but tell me something. What did you think about the game? Need some flavor here for the game.
It was good, boy.
It was good, boy. Help me out. Expand on that.
It's fun to play. The artwork is really impressive on. I would say the artwork is worse on the actual signature cards. I was expecting not just a yellow background, but the main cards, I thought they were just gonna be have the attack or something, but no, actually there's a picture of what the move looks like, and I think that's really cool.
So you like the smaller cards, the action cards? You thought those looked better than the signature cards?
Yeah.
I oddly thought the other way around. Although I really like I like the look of the action cards. And I gotta tell you, I think I mentioned this to Anthony years and years ago. I've always been shocked there was not been a WWE card game like Magic or Pokemon, right?
Like an actual, actually have mentioned that.
Yeah, like a battle card game and a collectible card game. I've been floored by it. And this is not that. It's close, but it's just for the Rumble. So now, for people that don't know, the Rumble's it's like a big battle royal, and then you throw people over the top rope, so when else Inter comes in every 2 minutes. And I think they actually got that kind of gameplay decently well.
Yeah, that was the one thing I was surprised, how are they going to do that? And they actually did it pretty well, the way they do the damage and how it stacks up and how you can finish them off and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, and the reason why I liked it, as you were so eloquently say, I'm sure.
Oh, I am a very eloquent person, Father, and I take offense that you be sarcastic about that.
For those who don't know, so in the Royal Rumble, 2 people start the match, and then every 2 minutes someone else comes in. And in this, you can start with whether it's 3 players, up to 6 or 7. And if you would get eliminated, if your player's eliminated, I mean, first of all, whoever throws you out gets to kick your cards. That way you have to keep a score. But then you just bring another person into the Rumble. So there is a way to keep the game going with different and new superstars throughout the game.
Which, again, really cool.
It was. That really was. And I would love to actually see expansion packs to this with new characters. This is
definitely a game that you could do expansion packs for. 100%.
Yeah.
You could even make this a collectible card game if you really wanted to.
You could come close. I would love to see some one-on-one action. The problem I have with it is that because we would play with us 3 or Mom with 4, and it was just those 4 people, quote-unquote, in the ring. And there was no way to have 5 or 6 or 7 unless those people were playing. And I would like to see some other ways to...
Well, you could play more than one character, I guess.
I guess.
Actually, that'd be kind of cool if everyone played 2 characters at once.
Oh, I kind of need.
Yeah, because then you could attack different people with each character or gang up on one person. So that would actually be kind of interesting.
So, Zach, what was your kind of favorite thing about the game, man? What did you really like about it?
The play style. I thought it would be I don't really know what I was gonna think it was. I still thought it was gonna be awesome, but I thought it would just be like, I didn't think there'd be like health bars. I think it would just say this character has 100 HP, like in Pokemon or something.
I get you. Yeah. So there's like a and each of the legends have a different number, by the way, which I also think is great. So if you have somebody like like Andre had like 9 health that he could absorb, whereas like Bret Hart may have had like 7. So they definitely do scale it a little bit, which actually I thought was really good. And then as the action cards stack up, you can then get people over the top rope and then eliminate them.
Actually, that's the only thing I don't like about it.
Oh, what?
What you just said, because like that isn't really fair. Because let's say you draw a card that has 6, and the other person has 10. How is that fair?
Because it's the luck of the draw. Because you get different characters. But I get you. That's because you'd definitely be put behind. There was one time we were playing. I can't remember who you and I had, but Anthony had someone who had like 10, and we had like.
Anthony had the Undertaker. I had Ric Flair. No, I had Bret Hart. You had Ric Flair.
Yeah, so we were definitely, and Anthony definitely took off pretty heavy there and eliminated us. I mean, he got out, but he did win that game. So
I was very proud of myself.
you still are, apparently.
I am. I'm actually grinning ear to ear. I know you can't see it, but it's happening.
One thing I'll tell you is that the very first time we played it, the game is very easy to learn. It's not hard to play, so it's very quick to play. And I honestly, my first impression was a little disappointing because it seemed like there wasn't any real strategy involved.
But there is.
But there really is.
Like, once you start playing a little bit more, you really find like you can do a lot of different strategies, the way you play your cards and who you play them on, and like the way you can do different almost like combinations with cards. It's really cool.
Yeah, when you do the combinations, and some cards allow you that. And yeah, it was the second or third time we played when I started realizing, I had some little strategies I was putting out there. But yeah, it was that second or third time I was like, oh. Where it started hitting me a little hard. Yeah. Or how you want to eliminate somebody, because we'd always gang up on somebody, right? Like, we'd kind of see it as a family, like, oh, we're all ganging up on the person who had the most health or whatever.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you start seeing different ways to then you attack different people, or just kind of start chipping away at what they need, or their armor to then get them out.
My favorite is the cane boost, because it can't be blocked or dodged. So if you have a card said if this hits, you can play your signature, and the guy has 10 health. So you can do, let's say it's the card that has 2 and says you can play your signature. This hits with the boost card, that's 4, and they're at full health, and then your signature's 6.
I agree. Actually, that's the thing that made me the most mad, right? Is because that game that Anthony won. At the end of the game, somehow, not only, I think I don't know if he had Kane or not, but like you had another character who couldn't be blocked, and then you had like cards that wouldn't let you be blocked, and so you you had saved them, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this can't be blocked, and I get
that. Actually, that was part of my strategy was to save and get like a big push at the ends. That was like a big part of my strategy, and how I won and destroyed you all, and ha 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 ha.
Do you want me to tell you my strategy?
Sure, since he stopped him from gloating.
So whenever, so there's a ton of cards that say whenever, there's the person has 6 health token, you can throw them over the top rope. I just saved those and just kept playing them.
Yeah, you did, and you did. You threw me out like twice with those.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very annoying card.
It's the best card.
And again, you get a little more of that strategy, so you're like, oh man, I really don't want to get this guy over a certain amount of damage because you know that he might have that card or you might have that card. So then you have to kind of strategize if you want to like try to chip them down steady by steady or just go for like one big push and.
I'm sorry, what was that last part? Oh, okay, good.
Really?
Yeah, you got that now?
Yeah, obviously it made much more sense.
I know it was pretty confusing the first time you heard it, but I think I cleared it up the second time.
So the other thing I really liked about this, and again, it is a Legends-based set, is even when you get into the smaller cards, the action cards, and all of the pictures that are on the action cards are from the Legends in the game. Obviously, that makes sense. But as a very old school fan, right, like that really appealed to me, right?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you're right, because you were watching some of these old matches. And
but I never saw that match.
Which one was? So was this one was
Stone Cold Bulldog.
This is Stone Cold and Bulldog with looks like
Kurt Angle.
No, that's
RVD.
No, stop.
That's Marty Jannetty.
It's not. You all let me talk. I know things.
Wait, I know who it is.
Dude Love.
Oh my God. Yes, it's Dude Love. Yes, as a referee. Yeah, whatever. Anywho, I really like that because it really makes the game unique. Because if you look at WWE now, you have the current era, and not that those superstars aren't great, but for me, this is when I became a fan, and then watching Zach watch it all summer long when he was really getting into it, that really tied it, I think, better in for me. Although, like I said, some sort of like new pack or whatever that can then be added on with new superstars would be really cool.
The theming of this game, they really stuck with the Legends theme, which I think is good.
Like Legends and Batista.
Even with the old, that should be the name. The WWE Royal Rumble card game.
The Legends.
And Batista.
And Batista.
And they even went with the old WWF even logo, which I thought.
Oh, that's right. They do have the old school Chrome logo.
Which is a great styling choice.
You know, I didn't even notice that. Actually, it doesn't have the F on it. So it has what would now be the WE part of the W's, but the old logo.
Which is far better than the new one.
Yeah, and when they actually would premiere, like, the recognized symbol in sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Was on every commercial. Yeah, so that was awesome. All right, so Zach or Anthony, is there anything else you want to talk about this game? We really liked it. It's very easy to play, fun for families, and it's a quick game too. Like, so you get 30-minute games tops.
Oh yeah.
Maybe 20.
I'd say 20.
Yeah, which is a good after dinner, before homework type of thing. We want to get a quick game out just to kind of have some fun and relax a little bit. It really is kind of fit that mid tier right there.
That vibe.
Yeah. So ultimately, I think it's been a lot of fun.
It yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about it?
No,
about the WWE Legends Royal Rumble card game featuring the Legends
and Batista
by Ravensburger.
And there is one more thing we have to say before we sign off, and that is Zachary's random thought that he can say through his mouth hole that is in his head at the exact moment that I asked him this question after I finished rambling for no reason. What is it?
Thank you.
I almost passed out.
Thank you.
I almost passed out saying that, and you say thank you.
I thought you were like going through like cards. I thought you were going to read like one of the attacks or something. But that's all right. So thank you. All right.
Have a nice day.
All right, everybody. Don't just be awesome.
Be bodaciously awesome.
And we'll talk to you next week. Bye. Because Dad said so.
Batista.
Ravensburger.
Ravensburger.